Well, I couldn't let this day go by. Oh, look. There goes some dogs. No, you're not going in there. Oh, I've seen her before. I didn't know she had two dogs. But anyway, Cole and I are out here. We're going through our little walk. Look at him go. Calm down, buddy. I didn't know you had two dogs.
This is my friend dog and the other one is mine.
Oh, okay. Nice. He's more than a handful. I couldn't handle two. Yeah, he's more than a handful. Look at that. Okay, Cole, we hitting the trail, buddy. Anyway. Yeah, she's got two dogs, and they got high energy. Anyway, we're gonna check out this trail, and I'm gonna do a little talking. I worked today. I'm off now, and we're taking us a little walk through these woods here. Most of the snow done melted. It's pretty warm out here. And anyway, I was at work today. I happened to go into the lunchroom, which is something I seldom do, or the break room with everybody else. I pretty much go out to my car and be by myself, eat my food, but I wanted to warm something up in the microwave. So I went in, and you know, everything going on in the world with the war and all, I'm listening to people talking, and it was like walking into the Jerry Springer show. They're talking about who's screwing who, and somebody done hooked somebody up with somebody at the job, and we got us a new couple on the job now. They're going out and they're dating and they're talking about that and everything. They didn't put all their business out there. And like I say, this is some Jerry Springer stuff. Nobody seems to be thinking about the war or prepping or being prepared or nothing like that. So I couldn't help it. I just blurted out, hey, I got a question for y'all. What if this time tomorrow the nuke's gonna come and blow all of us up and we'd all be dead, and you knew it was coming tomorrow? What would you do? And I paused for a second, and they just had a blank look on their face, like, I don't know. That's a good question. I'm like, it's all right, don't answer it. I really don't want to answer. I just wanted y'all to think about it. Because y'all sitting around talking about, you know, foolishness, and we could not wake up tomorrow morning. I mean, of course, if they hit us, they're going to hit us at night, you know. And you're never going to see it coming. You're never going to hear news of it and everything or whatever. You're never going to be like, okay, shit, it just hit the fan. No, it's just going to be, you just, one moment you exist, the next moment you don't exist. This is how it be, you know. And you might be asleep when it happens. You know, you may just go to sleep that night and not wake up the next morning, you know, because the earth could be just scorched and everybody could be just dead and just nothing, you know. I mean, that is almost, you know, a possibility, you know. Well, not almost, it is a possibility with the way things are going. So I say, you know what? Because they were still thinking about it, pondering it. Nobody answered the question. And I was like, you don't have to answer. I just want you to think about it. But I said, you know what? Maybe that's too hard. Let me make it a little bit easier for you. What if you had a week? What if it was next week? They say, destruction is imminent. Next week, the bombs are gonna drop. And that's it, you got a week to prepare. You know, which of course, that would never happen. You would never get a warning like that. You know, you wouldn't get a warning 2 hours. You know, they wouldn't even tell you to evacuate if they knew it was gonna hit, you know, a major city. They would just say, you know what, people are gonna die anyway. They probably die climbing over each other trying to get away. You know, we're just gonna go business as usual and let what happens happen. You know, there would be no warning. At least those people in Ukraine, they knew the Russians were coming. They knew that the situation was bad, and they had time to prepare for it. And they still got caught with their pants down. There's still people that got killed, you know, during the rush, trying to get out. And tanks ran over their houses and ran over them. And they knew what was coming. You know, people just are just complacent. They just don't, you know, they don't take heed, you know. And you really can't blame them, because throughout my lifetime, I've always heard we're in the last days, you know, Armageddon is coming, you know, because of the religion and everything. You know, when you say last days, I'm thinking, okay, if not tomorrow, the next day, or if not the next day, next week, you know. I mean, you know, it's like imminent, you know. And then days pass by, weeks pass by, months pass by, years pass by. I'm 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We still in the last days. Like, somebody can't tell time. You said days, it's been years, you know. And that keeps on and on and on. They keep on perpetuating that lie and just keep on going with it. And it's just like the weatherman, you know. He'll say it's going to snow, or it's going to rain, or it's going to be clear, or it's going to be whatever, and be wrong as hell. And then the next day he'll come back on television with a straight face, no apology for his screw up or about how wrong he was. He don't even mention it. He just go ahead on and say, oh, tomorrow's going to be this, tomorrow's going to be that. You know, you done lied, you know, 2 days straight and got it wrong. 3 days straight, 4 days straight and got it wrong. And you come back again the 5th day, 6th day, like you was never wrong. And you expect us to believe what's going to happen today or tomorrow. But that's why people are so complacent when they say, you know, get ready, when they say prepare, when they say this, when they say that. Well, if you don't prepare, I'm going to give you an example. I think I said this before in one of my other videos. You know, the Y2K thing came and went, nothing happened. But I took it seriously. And I'm like, I didn't have much money and much stuff to be able to prepare. But I did get a 50-gallon drum, and I filled it maybe a quarter of the way with gas. Yeah, nothing happened. But then it might have been a couple of years after that, we had that blackout where all the power was out and the lights were out. So you had to stop at every stop sign. Every stoplight was a 4-way stop. You know, and people don't know how to do that. You know, so anyway, it took me forever to get home. And I was low on gas when I finally did get home. But guess what? I had that gas that I had put aside for Y2K. I still had it. After a couple of years of sitting, it was still good. You know, because I put additive in it, and I was good. You know, so I had gas at least to run my vehicle. At the time, I didn't have a generator, but had I had a generator, I would have had generator gas. You know, but of course, I did have an inverter, so I could have put that on the battery and ran that with the car running. And but the point I'm trying to make with that is, you're preparing for one thing, and if that doesn't come to pass, something else might. And if it does, you'll be prepared for it. You know, because you're never going to see this coming. Whatever happens, you're never going to see it coming. And we're always under the threat of a meteorite hitting the planet and destroying everything. And there are a couple of rocks out there that they're talking about could do near misses. They may know that these darn things are going to hit us, and they ain't telling us. They would never tell us. You would never know. They wouldn't tell us because they want you to go ahead and go to work every day and bust your butt to pay that little light bill when they know damn well that you're going to be dead in days or weeks or years, however long it's going to be before it actually hits us. They want society to go on business as usual so they can go ahead and make their money and be able to have peace and order until the last moment, you know. So you'll be going to work, killing your damn self, working on a darn job that you don't like, putting aside your hopes and dreams and places that you want to go and things you want to see because you figure that you got plenty of time to do it, and you'll spend your last little money that you could have enjoyed doing something else, trying to put it back aside to pay a little light bill or something stupid like that, and then all of a sudden you just don't exist anymore. You know, that little money you could have used to buy you a damn banana split and enjoy it, or anything, you know, whatever you like doing, you know. But anyway, I know people are thinking, wow, that's something to think about. If you had 24 hours notice that we were all going to be dead, what would I do? I'll tell you what I would do. I would be like, okay, first of all, I'd leave the job, take whatever little money I got in the bank, and go home. I would call my family and tell people I love that I love them. And I wouldn't go shouting through the streets telling everybody because it wouldn't do any good anyway. And besides, why would you want to raise a panic? You know, so I understand why they don't tell you if something like that's going to happen. So anyway, I would just go ahead on. If I had time, I'd probably go to the Grand Canyon. I've never been there before, never saw it. And I would go there and just sit there and spend my last few hours right there looking over the edge at the hole, you know. And then, of course, the missiles would hit, and that would be it. The perfect thing would be if I could sit there on the edge and actually see the things coming down, see them coming. You know, that would be interesting to be able to see the last moments of everything and watch them come down. And as I watch them come down and descend, knowing that once they hit the ground, that's it, I would look up and just think to myself, I'd probably utter these words: to be or not to be.